Namaskar. I am Dr. Swapna Pillai, Associate Professor, Department of Commerce, BSSS, Bhopal. Today, we are going to discuss part 2 of amalgamation of companies. But before we start with part 2, let us have a quick recap of what we discussed in part 1. In part 1, we discussed about amalgamation, why amalgamation arises, the different types of amalgamation. We discussed about purchasing company, we discussed about selling company, then we discussed about the purchasing consideration and the 4 methods of purchasing consideration. Today, we are going to discuss the journal entries in the books of purchasing company as well as the selling company. The first journal entry would be to transfer the assets into the realization account. The journal entry would be realization account debit to sundry assets. All the assets would be transferred individually at book value. The narration would be being transfer of assets to realization account. Now, here what we have to be careful about, all assets whether taken or not, they have to be transferred except bank and cash balance. If bank and cash balance is taken over, then that would be also transferred to realization account. Otherwise, bank and cash balance would appear as opening balances in the ledger account. Another important point which we have to take into consideration is intangible assets like patents, copyrights, goodwill, they also have to be transferred to realization account unless it is clearly given that they are worthless. In that case, they have to be transferred to shareholders account as losses. Second journal entry would be for transferring liabilities into the realization account. The journal entry would be liabilities account debit to realization. So, here also one important point needs to be looked into. Liabilities which are not taken over or liabilities which are to be settled by immediate payment by the selling company should not be transferred to realization account. Separate ledger account has to be opened for each liability which is not taken over, and they have to be settled separately by the selling company. Next, for purchase consideration receivable, the journal entry would be purchasing company account debit to realization. The next journal entry would be for receiving the purchase consideration. The journal entry would be bank account debit, the shares in purchasing company account debit which would be at an agreed value, then debentures in purchasing company account debit that also would be at an agreed value to purchasing company. Journal entry number 3 was receivable, journal entry number 4 is the amount that would be received either through cash or through shares or through debentures in the purchasing company. Next, for realizing the assets which are not taken over, the journal entry would be bank account debit to realization. Similarly, the liabilities which are not taken over, the journal entry would be liabilities account debit to bank. Now, here we have to see that some liabilities are taken over at discount and some liabilities are taken over at a premium. So, the journal entry, the compound journal entry would be liabilities account debit, which would be the book value, realization account debit, that would be the premium in case if it is taken over at premium, to bank, and then again to realization if it is taken over at a discount. So, this is a compound journal entry for liabilities which is taken over in case if it is taken over at premium or at discount. Next, for payment of realization expenses. Now, if payment of realization are borne by the selling company, the journal entry would be realization account debit to bank. So, this is payment of realization expenses. If the expenses are borne by the purchasing company, the journal entry would be purchasing company account debit to bank. When liquidation expenses are reimbursed by the purchasing company, the journal entry is a bank account debit to purchasing company. This is the liquidation expenses reimbursed by the purchasing company. Next journal entry is for discharging the debentures. If the debentures are repayable at premium, the journal entry would be debenture account debit, which would be the face value, realization account debit, that would be the premium amount, to debenture holders. If the debentures are repayable at discount, the journal entry would be debenture account debit, face value, to debenture holders account, to realization. Here the amount of discount would be credited. For payment to debenture holders account debit to bank if cash is paid, to debentures in purchasing company if purchasing debentures are given in the new company. For discharge of preference share capital, if the repayment is at premium, the journal entry would be preference share capital account debit, which would be the face value, realization account, that would be the premium amount, to preference share holders. If the preference shares are repaid at discount, the journal entry would be preference share capital to preference shareholders to realization account. Realization account would be credited with the discount amount. For payment, preference shareholders account debit to bank to shares in the purchasing company. For transfer of equity share capital and other accumulated profit, the journal entry would be equity share capital account debit, general reserve account debit, P&L account debit, any other reserves account debit to equity shareholders. This journal entry is passed for transfer of equity share capital and accumulated profit to equity shareholders. Similarly, if there are accumulated losses, there would be a reverse journal entry. The journal entry would be equity shareholders account debit to profit and loss, to preliminary expenses, to discount on issue of shares. So, this journal entry is to transfer the accumulated losses to equity shareholders account. Finally, after the realization account is made, there may be a realization loss, there may be realization profit. So, the journal entry in case of profit on realization would be realization account debit to equity shareholders, and if it is a loss, the journal entry would be equity shareholders account debit to realization. Finally, for making the final payment to equity shareholders, the journal entry would be equity shareholders account debit to bank if cash is paid, to shares in the purchasing company. Now, the journal entries in the books of the transferee company or the purchasing company. As mentioned earlier, in the books of purchasing company, the journal entries would be under two heads. Number 1, pooling method, number 2, purchase method. Let us look at the first method, that is pooling of interest method. Number 1 journal entry for recording the purchase consideration. The journal entry would be business merger account debit to liquidators of transferor company. Journal entry number 2 for assets, liabilities and reserves which are taken over from the transferor company. The journal entry would be various assets account debit to various liabilities account to various reserves and fund account to business merger to general reserve. This general reserve would be the balancing figure. If the assets are more, liabilities are less, the balancing figure would be general reserve, or various assets account debit, general reserve account debit. This is the balancing figure again in the debit side, to various liabilities, to various reserves and funds account, to business merger. Now, this journal entry is if assets are less, liabilities are more, in that case the balancing figure would be general reserve account debit. Journal entry number 3 for discharge of purchase consideration, liquidators of transferor company account debit to equity share capital to bank. Next journal entry for expenses of liquidation of transferor company which is paid by the transferee company. Journal entry is expenses of liquidation account debit to bank. Next journal entry, when expenses of liquidation is written off with general reserve, the journal entry would be general reserve account debit to expenses of liquidation account. For preliminary expenses of transferee company, the journal entry is preliminary expenses account debit to bank. When discharge of debentures of transferor company by the transferee company by conversion or allotment of its own debentures, in that case the journal entry would be debentures of transferor company account debit to debentures of the transferee company. This means that for old debentures, if new debentures are given in the purchasing company, this journal entry would be passed. Now we are going to discuss the journal entries in the nature of purchase. So the first journal entry would be business purchase account debit to liquidators of transferor company. In case of merger, the journal entry is business merger account. Now here it is purchase, so the journal entry would be business purchase account debit to liquidators of the transferor company. Second journal entry for discharge of purchase consideration. For assets and liabilities taken over from the transferor company, the journal entry would be various real assets account debit, goodwill account, this would be the balancing figure debit to various liabilities to business purchase. Now here it is business purchase, so we will be writing business purchase. In the earlier case it was a business merger, so we have written business merger. So if the assets are less and the liabilities are more, the balancing figure would be goodwill balancing figure in the debit side. Or if the liabilities are less, the assets are more, the journal entries would be various real assets account debit to various liabilities account to business purchase account to capital reserve. Capital reserve would be the balancing figure if the assets are more, liabilities are less, and if the assets are less, liabilities are more, goodwill would be the balancing figure. For discharge of purchase consideration, liquidators of transferor company account debit to equity share capital to preference share capital to debentures to bank. This is discharge of purchase consideration. The purchasing company may discharge its purchase consideration in the form of either equity capital or preference capital or debenture or bank. For that, the journal entry is this. Next, for record of only statutory reserves of the transferor company, the journal entry is amalgamation adjustment account debit to various statutory reserves. Next, for discharge of debentures of transferor company by the transferee company by conversion or allotment of its own debentures. In other words, when the old debentures are replaced with the new debentures in the purchasing company, the journal entry would be debentures of transferor company account debit to debenture of transferee company. Next, for expenses of liquidation of the transferor company paid by the transferee company, journal entry is expenses of liquidation account debit to bank. When expenses of liquidation are written off by goodwill or capital reserve, the journal entry is goodwill or capital reserve account debit to expenses of liquidation account. Next, for preliminary expenses paid by the transferee company, preliminary expenses account debit to bank. So today we have discussed the journal entries in the books of selling company, journal entries in the books of purchasing company. Now, journal entries in the books of purchasing companies were discussed under two heads, that is in the nature of merger, in the nature of purchase. In our next lecture, we would take up a question and try to solve the question on the basis of this journal entry.